video, I'm going to show you all of my pets, which is like 50 of them or something. From foxes to reptiles to dogs and cats, fish. I have a lot of wild animals that I want to show you. Also, something really important that I feel I have to mention is having a lot of animals like this is a lot of work, okay? So it isn't just me that is doing all of the feeding and caring and interacting with all these animals. It isn't just me. It's also help from Levi, my friend Dewey, and Levi's mom and little sister. And I also have someone that comes over monthly to do cleanup. So, okay, it's a lot of work. I felt like it was important to say that. Anyway, I have such a love for building my reptiles enclosures. A lot of my reptiles have themed enclosures. I've learned things that you can put in spiders enclosures, snakes enclosures to make them look cute, but also combine it with everything that they do need in their enclosure. So I'm gonna be showing you an up close of their homes. As you can see, a lot of my pets' enclosures are pink, so I will do you a favor and link them below where you can also get them. Because let me tell you, not a lot of places make pink enclosures. Anyway, enough yapping. Let's get into the video. I'm gonna show you my babies! The first of my babies I want to show you are my fennec foxes. I have two of them. This one is Eevee, named after Eevee from Pokemon. And my other fennec fox is Flairy, who is named after Flareon from Pokemon. And that one is the one that Levi surprised me with. You guys watched that video. Right now, I'm only going to show you Eevee because Flairy did not want to be touched today, and she will have those days when she just does not want to be picked up, and that's fine. So everyone, say hello to Eevee. Fennec foxes are very, very cute. Very, very soft and sweet. They're loud and they're so energetic. They bounce off the walls. They're very fun to have as pets. But I don't want you guys to watch this video and consider getting a pet fox because they are very complicated. Since fennec foxes have a lot of energy, they need a lot of room to run around in, so they will not do well in an apartment. Right now, they have their own room to themselves, very large room with floor-to-ceiling windows because they enjoy sunbathing, but whenever the weather is better and not as hot outside, they do have an outside enclosure. They enjoy digging in the sand and hunting for bugs. They have a little sandbox where we'll drop little mealworms and they'll dig them out. They have so much energy that they need games and things to do to keep them busy. And another thing too that I want to say is you are watching me hold him and he is very still. This is not the case for every fennec fox. Fennec foxes are very skittish. This fox actually used to be Levi's, but he rehomed him to me so that I could have a pair because they do better in a pair. At least he does with Flairy. But if you want a pet that you can cuddle, fennec foxes are not it. They're not cuddly. Again, I got really lucky with him. He does love cuddling me. He'll curl up on my lap, but that is not every fennec fox. They're also really hard to potty train. Almost impossible, so you have to have a lot of time for them to teach them and train them. Another thing too that I think is important to mention is that their food is expensive. He is on a live insect diet. And he also eats chicken, blueberries, wet cat food, and sometimes he even eats mice. Some people think that you can get a fennec fox and feed them wet food, but that is not what you should do because they don't get everything that they need with wet food. They also need taurine. And also, finding a vet for them is really hard. You have to make sure that you have a vet that specializes in wild animals because if something happens to them, you want to have somewhere where you can take them to. They are also illegal in a lot of states, so make sure you do your research, okay? But they are very sweet. Very, very sweet foxes. He's very sweet. I've taken him out on road trips. He's silly. He is best friends with my dog, Hanako, so Eevee is used to being around other animals other than foxes. And also, believe it or not, he is a full-grown adult. They stay this small their whole lives, which is very, very cute. But I love foxes. Fennec foxes have always been a dream pet of mine, and I can't believe I have two. My next baby I want to show you is my bat-eared fox. Her name is Jolty, named after Jolteon the Pokemon. She is 3.5 months old right now. And again, she is a bat-eared fox, so she's a lot more different than my Fenix. These foxes tend to be more dog-like and less skittish. They're also not as energetic and they're easier to potty train. Right now, she is using pee pads, but I'm trying to transition her into using a litter box. I would say that the only bad thing about these foxes is that they're more expensive and they're also a lot more harder to find because they're more rare. Right now, since she is still young, I am trying to leash train her, and she also gets along with my dogs. Chanel loves her. So you know how I mentioned how Evie's best friend is Hanako? Her best friend is Chanel. And I'm giving her blueberries to bribe her to stay very still. These foxes grow a lot more bigger than Fennec foxes. She will get as big as Hanako, who I will show you in a second. So a lot bigger. I would say that if you really want to get a pet fox, I would recommend a bat-eared fox. But yeah, currently I am working with her with training, trying to teach her to be a good fox. Just like the Fennec foxes, bat-eared foxes also need a lot of human interaction and they need a lot of attention. So you need to constantly be on them and pet them, love on them, train them as soon as you get them. Like, you know, she is 3 months old, so she still has a lot to learn. So only get a fox if you guys have the time to train them and work on them, because they are wild animals. But they're very sweet. Very, very sweet girl. Hey, baby. Also, before I forget, I do want to say that finding a vet for a bat-eared fox is a lot more harder than finding a vet for a Fennec fox, because not a lot of people have these as pets. Luckily, we found someone from an exotic animal hospital who worked at a zoo, so she was very familiar with these type of foxes. she goes crazy for the blueberries. You love the blueberries, oh! You love the blueberries. A blueberry. Guys, here is Levi trying to teach her to respond to her name.
Jolteon, yes.
And she's doing it.
Jolteon, yes, good girl.
See?
Jolteon, yes.
But yeah, while she's this young, we have to do a lot of training for her.
Jolteon, yes, good girl.
Oh, she's responding to her name, Jolteon. Guys, this is progress, okay? When she was a baby, she would not listen.
Yeah.
She's finally making progress. I'm trying to get you to work on a leash, right? Also, with all of my foxes, in a couple of days, we're gonna be moving them to the farm. I can't believe I just said that. Yes, by the time that you guys are watching this video, they're already gonna be at the farm. Okay, I don't want to give any spoilers, but we've been working on a big indoor/outdoor enclosure for them. I will probably go into detail that much later because I feel like there's still a lot of stuff that I gotta work on. So yeah, I'm so excited for them. Excited to show you guys someday, okay? Someday. Gotta work on it. Anyway, next baby is my sweet long-haired Dalmatian. Her name is Chanel. Now, I have been wanting a Dalmatian since I was a little kid because of the movie 101 Dalmatians, and I think that movie drives a lot of people into wanting a Dalmatian. But I waited until I got this house to get a Dalmatian because I have a lot of yard space where she can run. Something that a lot of people don't know is that Dalmatians are very, very high energy dogs. So they need a lot of exercise, a lot of mental exercise too, like puzzles and stuff. They're very, very, very smart. But a lot of people get Dalmatians not knowing what they're about, and then they won't provide the exercise and activity level that they need, and then Dalmatians will turn destructive and so they will rehome them. So that is something a lot of people don't consider about Dalmatians. It makes them really good for walks or for intense hikes, which I do love going on walks, and she loves walks. She will walk 10K steps with me and still want to walk more. She's very smart. She learns commands very quickly. I have taught her a lot of tricks that she will learn the day of. She's very, very fast learner. Another good thing about Dalmatians is that they are Velcro dogs. So she will follow me around the house. She's very cuddly. Very cuddly. She's the most cuddliest dog that I've ever had. She's very, very needy. She requires so much attention. But she's also very stubborn. She's very stubborn sometimes. Like, I have a lot of trouble of sometimes getting her to do things. Me and Levi joke around a lot about how Chanel actually has a very similar personality to me because I'm also very, very stubborn. And I'm also very, very clingy. She's very, very clingy. And also, since she is a long fur Dalmatian, she sheds a lot. So my clothes are always covered in fur. My cars, they're all covered in fur. She is the dog that I bring with me everywhere because she loves to sniff. Her favorite thing is sniffing every corner. Anytime I go out to a store, I will bring her so that she can get her enrichment. She's also very beautiful. I love her. She looks like she was individually painted like this. Like someone just put splotches of black paint on her and made her look so beautiful. I'd say she is the closest dog to a fox because she's also just as energetic. She has zoomies a lot, so she'll run around the same spot over and over again. She'll jump on my mattress and just run in circles. She has the zoomies a lot. She does zoomies a lot. She tries to get rid of the excess energy that she didn't get to get out before bedtime, so she'll have the zoomies before bed and then lay down. But then she'll also have her days when she just wants to be lazy and cuddle and nap with me all day. So it kind of switches on and off. Next baby is Milk. Milk is my little ball python girl. She is 9 years old. She was a surrender. I actually found out before I got her that ball pythons get their names because they can curl up into a ball, which I found so cute. She is very curious, very, very sweet. She is the sweetest of my snakes, but she is the most gentle little girl. I love her because she is white, but she has some little freckles. I don't know if you can see them. She has little freckles, and I named her Milk because her freckles and her white color reminded me of the milk that is left after you eat a cereal bowl. If you were to like snakes, I would 100% recommend getting a ball python as your beginner snake. They're very, very sweet, very gentle, very easy to take care of. All of my snakes that I get, I purposely make sure that they eat frozen mice because I just don't think I can do it. I don't think I can feed them live rats because I feel like that is just torture to put a live defenseless mouse in an enclosure with a snake. But that is the tough part about snakes, is that sometimes they could change their appetite and want to eat live rats. So I have to be prepared if one day Milk decides that she doesn't like frozen mice anymore. She decides that she wants live rats. But I'd say that that's the only hard thing about owning a snake is the feeding. If they do eat live rats, I think that's kind of hard. The enclosure that I have for her is pretty big, but I know people don't typically get these snakes big enclosures. I just like to get them a lot of room. She has two 120-gallon enclosures put together to make a big one. But these snakes are very easy to find. You can find them in pet stores, but I would recommend getting them from reputable breeders. You can find them in Morph Market or reptile shows sometimes, because sometimes getting snakes from the pet store, they might not be the most healthiest snakes and they could have a lot of problems. But look at how sweet she is. She is just so sweet. She feels secure as long as you are holding onto her body and just letting her know that she is secure and that she's not gonna fall. I'm still working on her enclosure, but I will show you guys her enclosure in one of these coming videos if you want to see it, but it's very pink to go with her beautiful white milky color. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have a pet snake. They're the sweetest. I think snakes are the most misunderstood animals. They're very sweet. A lot of people think that they're dangerous or mean, but they're not. They're little cuddle bugs. They're sweet. I say as long as you respect their boundaries and learn what they like and dislike, you can have a really good relationship with a snake. And they're also very smart too. They can escape from their enclosures, so I have locks on all of my snakes enclosures just for safety, okay? We don't want them to get out because if she squeezes herself in a hole and gets into my walls, that would be a problem. This is the next baby, guys. This is my bearded dragon. Her name is Nether. She's a little juvenile, so she's very young still. She's got very, very beautiful colors. She's got some grays, some blacks, some reds. Bearded dragons, I think, are also an easy pet that you can have. They're very beginner friendly. She goes crazy for her crickets, and it's so cute. You have to powder their crickets in calcium, and they love that. Hopefully I have a video, but every single day, guys, that I feed her, she just goes crazy. She goes crazy for the crickets. She's loves eating them, will jump for them, will run for them. She loves hunting them. Right now she's got some stuck shed on her head, which we're working on. I'm spraying some stuff to help her with it, but she's been shedding a lot because she's still a baby, so she grows and grows every week. Yeah, again, this is her very beautiful dragon. I love her red tail too. It's very cute. And I also named her Nether because of her obvious colors that look like the Minecraft Nether. Next baby is my little meatball, Hanako. I call him Meatball. That's his nickname because he looks like a brown meatball and he's got a little brown meatball nose. But he is a Pomsky, so he's half Husky, half Pomeranian. And I found this breed to be so perfect for me because I've always wanted a Pomeranian, but I've also wanted a Husky. And they had both. Okay, Hanako, fun fact, I was not supposed to get Hanako. I was gonna get another Corgi. The person who I reached out for the Corgi for said that the Corgi that they had actually found a home, so they instead suggested Hanako, and that's how I found Hanako. When he was a puppy, he looked like a little bear, and it was so cute. He just looked like a tiny little baby bear. He loves kisses. He loves giving kisses. That is his specialty, is kisses. And he's also very cuddly. He is almost as cuddly as Chanel. I say almost because Chanel will cuddle all night, but he will cuddle for a bit and then he'll walk off. Which is understandable because he has a very long coat, so whenever it's bedtime, he prefers going on the other bed. I have 2 king-size beds as my bed because of all my dogs. So whenever he gets hot, he goes on the other side because he wants the fan to hit him. He wants the fan to his fur. A dog like this requires so much grooming. You will need to monthly grooming with these types of dogs. Luckily, Levi has been grooming him because Levi he's been kind of learning how to groom, so it's not perfect, okay? Like when you look at his fur, it's not cut the most perfect way, but Levi is doing his best. And that is because Hanako is just a very nervous dog. He does not like going to the groomers. He hates getting on the car and knowing that we're going to the groomers. He will get so nervous. So luckily, Levi is a very good best friend, and he has been learning how to groom dogs so that Hanako doesn't have to go through that anymore. Thank you, Levi. He's behind the camera.
Yeah, does he look chopped?
He doesn't look chopped.
He
I
needs
mean,
a refresh.
you can kind of tell that someone groomed him other than a professional. Maybe you can't. Maybe you can't tell. Can you guys tell?
Professional.
You're almost a professional. Like, it doesn't look bad.
It's been like a month too since that, so he's already grown a lot of fur.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, that's if you guys ever want a dog, especially this dog, specifically a Pomsky, because I've never met a dog that gets matted like him. There's a lot, but he gets very matted, so just you have to be on top of that brushing.
Yeah, you have to brush them. If you do not brush them, they will get matted, like especially behind the ears.
Yeah.
So you have to be on top of that.
Yeah.
That is one thing, and he sheds a lot too. So much shedding. I definitely recommend this dog breed if you guys want a dog who will love you so much, but also is not as energetic. I don't know if it's like this for all Pomskys, but Hanako, he's a very lazy dog. He loves his walks. He does love his walks, but he prefers to stay at home and just cuddle with me. The one thing that I struggle with Hanako is that he gets very road sick. So it's really hard for me to take him to the park sometimes because he will just throw up in the car. And luckily I have a park that I live next to, so he gets his walks there in the park. My friend Dewey walks him every day. But that's I think the only thing about him is that he does not do good in the car. He has been on road trips with us because he will do better in NRV than he does in the car. He cannot go in the car. He gets super anxious. There's something, I don't know what it is about the car that he doesn't like, because he's completely fine in the NRV. He will be fine, he will sleep. He has never thrown up in the RV, but he will always throw up in the car. Isn't that weird, Levi?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it gets like loose when he sees outside.
Yeah, I think so too, because the RV is kind of tall and he'll be on the floor so he can't see the windows. I think it's just the way that he sees the road.
He also like associate the RV with like fun. Yeah, like going on a trip.
Yeah, going camping or something.
And the other cars with like, are we going to the groomer?
Yeah, he hates the groomer.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, that could be it. So I can't really take him out with me to stores because of his anxiety with the car. But look at him, he's so cute. He's also got his own Instagram, guys. I will probably put their Instagrams if they have one on the screen. I don't post a lot for them, but I want to because it's just really good memories. I have so many photos of him in my phone. He's a sweet little boy. My next baby is my little Laika. She's a little corgi. I call her Chunkus. I also call her Loaf. Chunkus Loaf. Mm-hmm.
The loaf.
Yep.
The unit.
The unit.
Big ham.
Big ham. Guys, she had a lot of overweight problems in the past because she tends to get very fat. She had a point where she was very obese and we had to work on her. She's lost a lot of weight, luckily. She's gotten a lot of exercise, so she's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, just so you know, if you have a dog, especially like a corgi, the short dogs that don't have a lot of energy and they don't run a ton, they get very fat easily because if they don't they're not exercised.
Yeah, if they're not exercised
You used
enough.
to not be able to see her shape here when she stands.
She used to be so big, guys. She's lost a lot of weight because we've been working on that. We've been working
Don't
on
let your dogs get obese.
Yeah, don't let them get obese,
bad.
guys. It's so bad. But she is the sweetest. She's my daughter, my beautiful, beautiful Loaf. She is a little short dog, so she is my shortest dog. I've gotten as low on her on the ground. I'm like, dang, this is how you see the world. You are so short. You're so small. You're so small. She's also very cuddly too. She will let me use her as a pillow.
Oh yeah, she's the only dog who lays there. She does not move.
Yeah, she will not move. She will let me lay on her like this and she's fine with her. She's fine with it. But she sheds a lot. I think out of all the dogs I have, believe it or not, even the long hair dogs like Hanako and Chanel, she is the one that sheds the most. She will shed and shed and shed. And every time that we brush her, she will have enough fur to make another one of her. But she is the sweetest dog. I really think that she is my guardian angel. I feel it. I feel like she is here to protect me and watch over me. There's just a certain energy about her, and she also has the most expressive face out of all my dogs.
Oh, I've told her so many times, she looks like an animatronic.
Yeah.
Like,
she has such good emotions.
like a. I don't know, sometimes when she makes a certain face.
Yeah, certain faces.
She looks like one of the FNAF animatronics, just like the eyeliner, I guess, around her eyes. She's so funny.
She's so good with her expressions.
Oh, yeah.
Like her eyebrows. Like, I just wish you guys could see.
Although she judges.
Yes. She is my most judgmental dog. Like,
yeah.
If I'm recording a gaming video, I will look down below me and she'll be like, giving me the side eye.
Bro, we need to get a clip to put in the video of her doing that. Like,
she gives me the side eye all the
we'll
time.
be doing the weirdest shit, and she has her head on the ground and just staring up at us like.
I'll be changing in the closet, and she'll give me the meanest side eye. Like, damn.
Humble you real quick.
She does. She also, her favorite thing is playing ball. She will play ball, like her and Chanel and Sarah. They all three compete over the ball, so that is their favorite game when we go outside, is we'll toss the ball really far and they'll compete to catch it. She's very competitive. She is so funny because if she doesn't catch the ball, she gets mad at the dog that catches the ball. Like, she'll bark at them and be like, how dare you catch the ball before me? She's very competitive. But she has such a character, such a personality that I think is so funny. She's the closest dog to a human that I have. It's just so hard to explain. Like, just everything that she does reminds me of a person. Hey, baby, you're such a good girl. You're such a good girl. You're such a good girl. My next babies are my axolotls. Guys, I have axolotls. I have 3 of them. I have a gold, I have a lavender, and I have a Lucy. So one of them is black, one of them is gold, and one of them is pink. I don't have names for them yet, but I was thinking of naming them Buttercup, Bubbles, and Blossom, like the Powerpuff Girls, because there's 3 of them. They're currently in a 75-gallon tank full of live plants. A lot of my enclosures that I have here, a lot of them actually have live plants because I love making bioactive enclosures for my reptiles and my fish. My fish have corals, which I will show you later, and then these have plants. They don't have any sand because axolotls don't necessarily need sand, and if you do get sand for them, it has to be very, very thin sand because they will eat it and it can hurt them. But I decided to go with no sand just to be safe. And anytime that I put anything inside of this tank, guys, this tank is freezing. Axolotls need very high temperatures. Like, high as in cold. So low temperatures?
Yeah, low
temperatures, yeah.
Yeah, it's like 60s.
Yeah, like 60s. Yeah, I think if it goes anywhere under or over 73, yeah, if it goes over 73, they can get sick and they can die. Yeah, so their water cannot be hot at all. So luckily we have their water is cold, and we have a chiller too. And also something really interesting that I just found out, I was Googling this yesterday, but I just found out that axolotls only live in one lake in this entire world, and it's Mexico. So there's only one place where you can find these in the wild, and that is Mexico, in this one specific lake. I think there was 2, but I think one of them dried out or something. I don't know. I'm just learning this information as of yesterday. I haven't really looked too much into it. But they're very, very cute. Right now, they are eating bloodworms, but I believe that there is something else that you can feed them, and it's like a little pellet. I forgot what the pellets are made out of, but I don't really feed them that. They have been loving the bloodworms, so I just feed them that instead.
You better not include that.
Ew! I love them because they look like water dragons. They have really cool gills on the sides, and they look like dragons. They're very cute. I got hides for all of them, and they use them all the time. There's one using one right now. They're coming out of it. They're coming out of it. This is the gold one. This is the one that I'm thinking of naming Blossom because they're gold. And I think Blossom had orange themes. I can't remember. And also with axolotls, there are certain places where it's illegal to have them, so make sure you research that before you get them. I've always wanted axolotls, but just like the foxes and my Dalmatian, I also just waited until I had time to take care of these animals. I think whenever I was younger, I was just a lot more busier with like YouTube and stuff, but I don't really post as often as I used to on my gaming stuff, so I have a lot more time with my pets. And also the new house that I got is a lot more bigger, and there's also more room for the dogs and cats and dogs to all have their own space if they ever need to be separated. Which reminds me, I have to show you guys my cats too. I have cats. Everyone say hello to Hiriki. This is my little rag doll. He's very, very sweet. I feel like I say that about all of my pets, but it's true. They're all very sweet. and very cuddly. He is very cuddly too. He will cuddle me while I'm watching a movie. He hangs out mainly in the living room. We try to keep them separated from the dogs sometimes whenever we're away from home, because even though they are good with each other, it's just important in case there's any accidents ever, which we do not want. He and the other cats kind of hang out in the living room. They have a balcony that they go to, which is kind of like a catio for them because there's mesh all over the windows, so they're still able to get the air, but it is safe enough for them to not jump out. We had an incident where he jumped off of the balcony somehow and he was fine, but it was so scary. I did not think that they would jump off the balcony, but ever since then we made sure to put protective mesh over the windows so that they wouldn't jump out, so they didn't have any incidents happen again. And we also keep their litter boxes out there. So yeah, these cats will mainly hang out in the living room, so they have their own space away from the dogs sometimes, because the dogs can be a little bit annoying. They do get along, I will say that. They do get along, they don't ever fight, but sometimes the dogs can annoy them and bark really loud, which can scare the cats, so they kind of just hang out in the living room. And every single day that I'm in the library, me and Hideki will have a cuddle session. I'll sit down on the couch, or I have an office there too where I edit my videos, so he will jump on my lap and cuddle. He's very soft, like a cloud. He really just feels like a cloud. Like, he's the softest animal I have in this whole house. Look at how big he is. He's just like a big cloud. I was always a cat person before I was a dog person. So cats mean so much to me. And I also feel like cats can understand what you're saying, but they just choose not to listen. Because I swear sometimes I feel like he can understand what I'm saying. Oh, he's over it. This next baby is Endo. She is a leopard gecko, and I named her Endo because of her FNAF themed enclosure. I think that she is so beautiful because she's got these spots that look like a Dalmatian. Also, leopard geckos are some really good beginner reptiles that you can own. They're very easy to take care of. She is right now on a how many gallons is that? 50 gallons?
40
gallons?
50, yeah, it's 50, yeah.
50-gallon enclosure, but that is pretty big for them. I think most of the time people get them a 40-gallon one and they're fine. They do need, just like the bearded dragon, they also eat bugs covered in calcium, but they're not very complicated animals. They just need a warm hide, a cool hide, a humid hide, because they shed a lot. Something really neat that these reptiles do is whenever they are hunting for food, they will wag their tail really fast, and it is just the cutest thing ever. I actually have 2 leopard geckos. I have to show you guys my other leopard gecko. And also, I have noticed too, whenever I look up close, some of her spots look like hearts. So she's got a couple of hearts there that are just perfect hearts. It's so cute. Make sure to say hello to Endo. She reminds me of a dragon or something. I think a lot of reptiles just look like dragons. This is my other leopard gecko. Her name is Charmander because she's orange. She was my first leopard gecko. She was actually my first ever reptile. She is what started it all. This is my beautiful girl. She's very pretty. The people that I got her from were some of the nicest people who had stories about all of their geckos, so I just knew that these people actually cared about the geckos that they were breeding. With her specifically, the breeder had told me that she loves laying on his belly, so she loves taking naps on him. She sometimes will also get on his shoulder, so it was really cute how they had stories for all of their geckos. She's a little bit more shy than Endo and younger too, because Endo is about 2 years old and I got her as a juvenile. Her enclosure is really cute. I keep her right beside my desk and she has a sakura tree in there with a lot of pink flowers. I do want to change her enclosure a bit and I want to add more clutter in there. I love decorating enclosures, guys. You're gonna see it in this video. I just love decorating their enclosures and making it look like a little home for them. This next snake I think you're gonna find very interesting. This one's name is Milkshake. He's a little corn snake and I just found out that they're called corn snakes because the belly looks like corn on the cob. And right now he is covered in dirt. He's got dirt in his mouth because he was under the dirt. He has been loving making little holes, little caves on his enclosure. So he's been making a little cave on the dirt. The thing that's very interesting about this corn snake is that it is scaleless, completely scaleless. So this is just their skin. So because they are a scaleless corn snake, they're more sensitive. So with their enclosure, I can't have things that could hurt them. Like if I have cork bark or something that has rough edges, I can't have them in that. He kind of looks funny right now. Do you see the dirt on his mouth? That is so funny. But look at him. He's got beautiful red eyes and his belly looks like corn. He kind of looks like the same color as my shirt. So he's kind of like a very, very, very light pink because he is scaleless. So that means that you can see his flesh. So he can look pink, which I really love. And we're still working on his enclosure, decorating it just to add a little bit more clutter. But he has been loving the dirt in it. Very, very, very sweet snake. Very gentle and just moves very slow. Kind of reminds me of my ball python. Their skin just feels very, very soft. It's so weird. I don't know if you guys have ever touched a scaleless snake, but they feel very, very unique. She's looking at you guys. She's saying make sure to subscribe, okay? Oh my goodness, she's so up close. You can't even see her because it's so blurred. Can you focus it on her?
What is she seeing, huh? She looks scary. Like she has like a creepy smile.
Yeah, the dirt in her mouth makes her look like a grim smile, you know? Wow.
I did not know she loved the dirt so much.
You guys are gonna notice a pattern with my snakes. I named them all after drinks that start with an M. So far you've met Milk and this is Milkshake. It's kind of crazy how much they blend with my light pink shirt. These next two babies are Chi and Maki. Maki is Makima. We call her Maki for short. She is technically Levi's cat, but I still wanted to include her. Chi is my cat. Maki is the child of Chi. So this is her daughter. Yeah, they both look the same though. They look
identical.
So identical. Sometimes it's so hard to tell them apart, but they are Maine Coons. They are both Maine Coon cats. They're so beautiful. They're not as cuddly as my ragdoll, I will say that, but they do cuddle sometimes, but not as often as my ragdoll. I think my ragdoll, okay guys, if you want a cat, get a ragdoll.
Absolutely.
Those are the sweetest cats.
If you know someone who doesn't think they don't like cats, get a ragdoll.
Get a ragdoll.
Yeah, it'll change them.
My next babies are my roaches. These are Madagascar hissing roaches. They hiss.
Just casually.
They hiss. I have 4 of them actually. This one is Roachella, but I have 4 roaches.
Would you guys ever own a roach?
Yeah, would you guys ever own a roach? They're very sweet.
Yeah, they hiss though.
The thing with these roaches too is I learned that they don't have teeth, so they don't bite. Yeah, they don't bite.
Yeah, they're not like the lady we got them from was very. She sold us on them, and like she was saying how they're not like the house roaches you see.
Yeah, they're
These
very.
are what from like. Where are they from?
Probably Madagascar.
Is that yeah? Wherever they. She said they were like in the farms there or something, and like, I don't know. They're very different than the disgusting ones we have here that fly towards you.
Guys, I have roaches in my house too sometimes. Like I have giant flying roaches, but these are different. These are not as scary.
Chill.
They're very chill. Yeah, they eat veggies. They eat right now they love lettuce.
They just munch on lettuce
They will
all
eat
day.
they will eat a whole thing of lettuce throughout the day. And I have all males. The lady did give me an option to get a female if she specifically had one that was pregnant. She was like, "Do you want this pregnant female?" And I was like,
Yeah, if you want like 50 roaches.
I do know I'm not ready to breed roaches. Maybe someday that'd be fun.
I think we're good. Like you could probably breed anything else. Literally anything.
This is what I currently keep them in. I want to upgrade this because I got them a bigger one. Even though they don't really need a lot of room. But I love giving my babies lots of rooms. They have a little Barbie house in here. Sometimes I will catch them on the slide or using the little Barbie car right there. I think it's so cute. I love their little habitat in here. You can see them right there. There's two of them right here. There's one right here. Right there. There's one too by the Barbie pool, but you just can't see them. They're on the other side of the lettuce. Next baby I want to show you is Mocha. Mocha is a Taiwanese beauty rat snake. She is 4 years old. So she's a full-grown rat snake. She is really long too. She is 7 feet long. So she is the longest snake that I've got. She also, I think, has the coolest enclosure in my opinion because it is Star Wars themed. And she also has two 120 enclosures put together to make one big one. The place where I get them from, it's called Philo Zoo. I have them linked down below on my Amazon, but they have things where you can basically screw both of them together so that they work as one big enclosure. And since she is one very long girl, I wanted to make sure that she is able to fully stretch out in her own enclosure. So I got her too. And she loves exploring it a lot. She will go everywhere. She will climb. She will go under. She will go on her sky hide. She just goes everywhere. She loves exploring, especially in the morning. So she is more active during the day, as where my ball python is more active during the night. But yeah, she is very in theme for the for the drinks that start with M. So you already met Milk and Milkshake, and this is Mocha. Her pattern is very beautiful too. It's very yellow, and underneath her, right here, it's also very, very pretty. Under her like little belly. Oh look, she's getting up close to the camera. Do they like the camera? Oh my goodness, she probably thinks it's a cave in there, huh? And also another thing too about Mocha is she's very strong. So she will squeeze your arm. She's a type of snake that you really wouldn't want around your neck. It's not like she would purposely hurt you. They don't hurt you like that. It's just that if she feels like she is unbalanced or she's about to fall, she will tighten up her body. Like, she's very, very strong. Very, very strong muscles these snakes have compared to the ball python, for example. Like, I've never had my ball python squeeze as tight as she does. And with her, I also got very, very lucky to find an adult snake that also eats frozen rats. I don't know what I would do if she ever had a craving for live rats. I don't know if I could do it. I'd have to have Levi do that if they ever decided, like, oh, let's have a live rat today. Hopefully that never happens though. Next up, I'm going to show you all of my spiders, starting with this one right here. This is Biscuits. Well, his full name is Biscoff Biscuit. He is a Mexican red-knee tarantula, and he loves hanging out on the glass most of the time. He is really cool. His enclosure has a bakery, so he has his own little bakery shop. Isn't it so cute? This next one right here houses Kitty, who is a tarantula, and he's got this little Hello Kitty pastry shop. This actually lights up. Let me show you. There it is, all lit up. It is so cute. And this one actually comes out more later in the day. Yesterday he was on this little hill because he's got a little cave under the Hello Kitty cafe, and since he is getting a bit bigger, I am thinking of switching his enclosure because this one he had when he was much smaller, but he's gotten a lot bigger. Right next to him is the Five Nights at Freddy's enclosure, and this one houses Freddy the jumping spider. She is a little reddish orange-ish jumping spider. She is pretty small, so I was actually thinking of moving her because I feel like this one is way too big for her. This next one right here houses Chica the jumping spider, and this jumping spider is a lot more bigger than Freddy is. You can't see her right now. She's in the back over there. She's got her web all the way back there. You can kind of see her, but I don't know, this camera just doesn't focus on the right spot. I will show you some clips though on the screen of how she looks like, but this is her enclosure. She is in a kitchen. Yes, this is like a kitchen dining room set, and it is connected to this one, so they both look like they're part of the same thing, but they're different enclosures. This one is the kitchen and this one is the dining room. And in this one I house a small little tarantula. They're under the little cork bark right there. And this enclosure right here houses Bonnie, and the reason why this one is named Bonnie is because she is a purple bloom tarantula, so they're gonna become this beautiful purple color. I actually don't know the gender. I keep saying she, but I actually don't know the gender. I have to take them back whenever they're a little older to get gender checked because there's this place near me that does it. So yeah, this is a jumping spider and this is a tarantula, but they look like they go together. And then they also have this little thing so that they don't see each other. These are my next jumping spiders, and these ones are also a little bit smaller. This one is Thing. This one is Wednesday, and you can see her crawling up there. She's an all black jumping spider. And then this one is Enid. She is a regal jumping spider, so she's got a very beautiful enclosure. She just killed this mealworm last night actually, but she usually hides back there. See, I can kind of show you her right here. She hides right behind the little heart. She's very beautiful. Put her back up here. This one right here is all black right there. She's got some white on her legs, but her enclosure theme is a cemetery. She actually has her web inside the coffin, which I think is really cute. Let me show you a better look right there. You see how she has her web inside the coffin? That is where she spends most of the time. She's perched on that web. This one right here is Thing, and they also hide in the back. Right here, you can see them right there, and you can tell that this one just ate because their butt is pretty big. But they're very beautiful. Of course, I named them Thing because they look like Thing. Alright, so this is her enclosure. Whenever these spiders get a bit bigger, I usually like to get them bigger enclosures, which let me show you the size that I would get them, you know, as full adults. This right here, right behind Levi Ackerman, is where I keep two of my biggest jumpers. This one had babies 2 times. And I got her, she was actually my first spider. Her name is Pomni, but she's my first jumping spider that I got. And I got her from a reptile convention. I had no idea that she was pregnant. She's had babies 2 times already, and since she is Texas native, I usually just let them go in my house. Because I love having spiders in my house. It's fine. They're very good at eating the bugs. But this is her enclosure. She's got a greenhouse. She's got this little water bowl. With jumping spiders, you actually can't have a deep water bowl dish. So I keep this. It has a little sponge right there in the center that soaks up the water, so that she can just drink it from there. And sometimes I'll also put water on the wall. And one thing I did notice is this bridge fell. I don't know how it fell, but I have to fix that. I just need to find something where I can temporarily put her in while I fix that. And then this next jumping spider, they're in the dark right now because they enjoy the darkness more, I've noticed, but you can kind of see them. Hold on, let me brighten my phone. There, you can see them right there. They've got a big ass web in here. This is like a little hot pot theme. I can show you some videos of how it looked like earlier, but this spider has molted already. They've molted 2 times already. They've got their mold right there, which I've got to collect. So I've got to get their mold out of there, but they are getting bigger, so they will probably need a bigger enclosure soon. I think I'm just going to wait for another molt and then move them. And also, this tarantula's name is Zenitsu. They are a green bottled blue tarantula. I love them because they make these really cool webs. Look at that. Really cool webs. And then this other spider right here, they're like all the way behind Levi's cape, which I have to move this Levi Ackerman, but this one is another jumping spider. This one's name is Ragatha, and they have a little pet shop theme going on. In this little pink bowl, I like to put bugs in here for her to catch. She also laid eggs. She laid eggs too. So I don't know, I guess the guy that I got them from didn't tell me that they were pregnant. But are those little spiders, did they already hatch? Wait, I think those are little jumping spiders. I think they hatched. She just had eggs. I didn't know that they hatched already. Oh my god, okay, that's exciting. Next up is my African Emperor Scorpion. And this is their enclosure. They have a lot of clutter, and they spend most of their time in here. This is where they are usually, but it's really cool because whenever it is feeding time, you can see them grab their food, and it is just the coolest thing ever. But yeah, this is what their enclosure looks like. And also, my scorpion's name is Kitana from Mortal Kombat. I do have some clips right here that I'm gonna show you guys so that you can actually see her. And then this right here is Loki. He is a Jackson's chameleon. He's very small. He's a little juvenile, but I thought that these were really cool because they've got these big horns. And of course, it's also why I named him Loki. This next baby is little Matcha. This is a green tree python. She's still a little baby, so she's in her red phase. But these snakes will turn green when they're older. I hope that she is beautiful and maybe has some yellows or so. I don't know. We'll see. But like, do you see how her tail in the back is doing like this little worm movement thing? You can kind of see it right there. They do that to lure their prey. There it goes right there. Look at that. She's trying to lure some prey so that she can eat. But she right now is in this little enclosure. It's small, but it's pretty good size for her. Obviously, whenever she gets older, she won't be able to use this anymore. But for the time being, since she is a baby, she does get to use this. And I've decorated it all really, really pretty. I've got this big bow, and then I've got this right here. It's like little window tinting that has pink roses, and then I've got some roses right here to match, but I have it on both sides so that way they have a lot of privacy. Right underneath here is my flat frog roadkill. Look at them. They are literally a flat frog. You never know if they're alive or dead because they look dead, and they also don't do much. They don't move a lot. But sometimes he'll go up for air like every half hour or so, and if I drop bloodworms in there, he'll eat them. So that's how I know that he's still alive. But other than that, it's just kind of funny because he just looks dead. And look at that. Hi, my name is Roadkill. That's my beautiful little frog. These are very interesting too, by the way. They have their eggs on their back, and I've never seen such a horrifying thing before in my life. But they got this really cute background right there of the ocean with pink corals. Right above Roadkill are my two dart frogs, and these are Ribbit and Froppy. Right now they are hiding. They come out every now and then, but they've got a little waterfall right there in the back. I just misted their enclosure too, so hopefully their humidity levels go up, but they require a lot of humidity. Same with the green tree python. Some of these animals just require certain humidity levels. But yeah, these two frogs are small. I will show you a clip right here of what they look like. They're very, very cute. Of course, I named them Ribbit after Digital Circus and Froppy from My Hero Academia. As long as you get a good enclosure that holds humidity, like this one, on the top I also put, what is this called? Silicone thing? I don't know, to help hold the humidity. And anytime that they eat, they also need this stuff. So it's kind of like how I give calcium to the geckos and the bearded dragon. They also need their own vitamins. I also have another little jumper in here, and this one doesn't have a name yet, so I need your guys' help naming them because I put them in a little bakery. So I think something Studio Ghibli would sound really cute, like maybe like Kiki or Gigi. I don't know. Leave me some suggestions in the comments down below. You guys are gonna name my spider, right? Next up right here is my big saltwater aquarium. Right here you can see one of the fishies right here. This one has no name yet, so if you have any suggestions for names, leave it in the comments down below. But this is the tank that houses my hi, my stingray. And this stingray's name is Pancake. I have videos of them going up and down the glass. They are so, so cute. I've also got a bamboo shark in here, a snowflake eel. Oh, look, we got a little Astorina starfish right here. And then right beside them is this quarantine tank. And this right here is my saltwater reef tank. This one I have all real coral inside of it. And I have a lot of fish in here actually, and a couple of starfishes. This one is my little sussy starfish, if you can tell. Her name is Penny Pecker. And also, I don't know if you guys remember, but I remember I had a like goal, and if it hit it, I would get my sea urchins hats. And look, they love their hats. It is so cute. This is a neon crown, and basically, once I got these hats, I just drop them on the sand, and then the urchins pick them up. and they pick their favorite and wear it as a hat the whole time. I just learned that sea urchins love hats, and there's a spoon right there. I have no idea what happened or who dropped that spoon on accident, but that urchin got a hold of the spoon, so I have to wait on Levi to get that spoon out of there. There's two other urchins right here. This one is Sauron, and this one is Frieza. And Sauron is huge. You can't see it right here, but he's got very, very big spikes right there. I love all the coral that I've placed in here. This is Gil, by the way. Look at Gil. Obviously, I named him Gil because of Finding Nemo. And then this little anemone right here too. So pretty. It's so pretty, guys. Well, that is it. Let me know which of my pets you think is the cutest in the comments down below. I know it's hard to choose. I know there's a lot of pets that are very, very, very cute. But which one was your favorite that I showed you? Let me know in the comments down below because I'm very curious, okay? A lot of people that come over and they meet all of my pets, they have certain favorites, okay? I'm not gonna say who those favorites are, but I need you guys to tell me what you think they are.